It's America's coolest conservative and the future king of talk radio. 107.9 FM WBT presents The TJ Ritchie Show.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So they told me I would have both full hours tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And then look, they already started cutting me off by a few minutes to get the thing started. What is it? People, why do you not appreciate the talent that is me? Seems like everybody in the radio station would be gathered around their speakers wherever they are to hear every single syllable that comes out of my mouth on this radio program. They don't appreciate me, ladies and gentlemen. They don't appreciate me. You do, though, and I guess that's all that matters. I know I am loved by 11 people. That's right. That's right. So, yeah, I'm the green-eyed patriot, blah, 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 blah. Running late and sounding great. I don't know if y'all have heard about it yet, but some people, I'm getting this information on the down low, so I don't know if I can reveal my sources. But I'm hearing whispers in the back alleys that there might be some winter weather coming, some winter storms. I know I hate to break it up on you like this. Haven't had time to prepare or anything. I don't have it confirmed. I just want to go ahead and get as much information to you as I know, and that's all I know right now. I know that there is a possibility, a strong possibility, that we're going to be getting some winter storm weather. Ice, snow, sleet, freezing rain, just miserably cold temperatures from what I understand. Again, not confirmed. I'll give you more details as they become available. Actually, I do have a little bit of a dilemma here with the icy conditions and everything. I wasn't planning on getting out and driving in the ice when the roads are covered in ice because it is dangerous. And I don't care. You Yankees like to laugh at us and everything. It's just snow. It's just snow. You guys don't know how to drive in the snow. Okay, you got us, but ice is a different story. I've got a 4-wheel drive. I can drive like crazy in the snow. But the ice is a different thing. And I wasn't planning on going out in the ice because it's a weekend. Listen, I'm cooking chicken sausage gumbo Saturday. And Sunday, I'm cooking French onion soup for my lady. So I was all ready to be at home, cozied up under my bubble cuddle blanket from Cozy Earth. Get that at tjritchie.com/deals. Use the code TJ, you'll get 41% off of it. But that's what I was planning. And then I heard Governor Stein tell everybody to stay off the roads. I can't wait to get out on the roads now. Lonnie Ray, jump on here for a second, please.
You.
Why do you think that is? Why am I determined to go out on the roads now?
I don't have a clue.
It is, and I know a lot of people are yelling at their radios, because I am not letting a liberal tell me what to do.
There you go.
Josh Stein is a liberal. That is his name, right? Josh Stein?
Yes, sir, it is.
Liberal. And no liberal going to tell me what I'm going to do. I'll get out there just to spite him. I'm not telling the public to do that. I am a responsible broadcaster, a community service provider. So you don't do it. But I have a hang up with any liberal acting like they are smarter than I am. Because they're not. I don't care if he's the governor. I don't care what he is. He's a liberal. I think he's more than a liberal. Any elected Democrat in 2026 is a low-down, dirty liar. So I don't know that I can trust that he's telling me not to go get on, like it's dangerous. If I go by my rule of not listening to anything that liberals say because they lie nonstop, then it would only make sense that I would have to go test it. But again, I'm not telling you, the public, to go do that. Again, I'm telling you, as a conservative and as a responsible broadcaster, you should not do it. It is dangerous to be out driving on ice. But I'm going to. Because no damn liberal is going to tell me what to do. And you know what? I hope somebody that works for Josh Stein is listening and can go tell him. I want him to know, hey, I may be able to tell other people what to do, but I can't tell that TJ Ritchie what to do. He's not going to listen. I got to put some respect on it with him. He doesn't play. Because I look at him as just like a blind, dumb, liberal liar, just like the rest of them. You know how I know that? Because if he wasn't all that, he'd be ashamed to be a Democrat. Because Democrats are known to be corrupt and liars and cheats and racists. All of the things that the Democrat Party has stood for and continues to stand for over the years. And you know what? I might end up in a ditch. But you know what? I'll be in that ditch and I'll be saying, at least I didn't listen to what a liberal said. And hope the tow truck driver that's coming to get me is a conservative. I'm just fooling around. You know that. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Don't get on the roads in the ice. Come on. Calm down. Just keeping it light, keeping it fresh. You know me. Always the clown. That's why I'm on late live and local and don't get paid. Because I'm just a clown taking up minutes. That's all. Don't listen to me. Pay no attention. Look away. Okay, we have so much stuff tonight that is going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. I don't even have a grouping of, we're going to talk about this subject here, and then we're going to go to this. It's going to go from that, the biggest jerk in the world and recipient of the Demon of the Day award getting arrested, to Miss Rachel, the little Marxist acting children's performer, crying, begging people's forgiveness for something that she, quote unquote, accidentally did. So all of that is coming up tonight, and we're going to get right up in the middle of it. Coming up next. Hang on. Charlotte's FM News Talk, 107.9 WBT, the TJ Ritchie Show. Ramming, jamming, rocking at the speed of light. Woo, it is Thursday night. It's for the ladies. Thursday, you get it? Thursday. Everything I do is for the ladies, baby. You feel me? Woo. Hey, go ahead and call or text 704-570-1079. Text is driven by Liberty Buick GMC. David has sent a text already, and obviously David is a very intelligent man. This is what David says in regards to my not being on the radio last night, my not being on the air anywhere last night. He says, I would suggest they air the college games on the AM so not to take away from TJ's showtime. Hell yeah. Brilliant. That's right. However, David, I appreciate that, but I'm guessing that if they were going to do one of those things like that, to keep the most listeners on the big station, they would do the opposite. They would put me on the AM and then keep the ball game on this one. Far more people care about the ball game than they do me. I know it's crazy. I don't understand it either. I don't know what in the world could be more important than what I have to say. But we are going to fix that. I've been talking about doing the podcast whenever I'm not on the radio, and I'm working on it and just about have it ready to go. So whenever you don't hear me on the radio, I'll still be doing podcasts of this show, and you can go get it anytime you want after the ball game or whatnot. Okay. And let's see. Oh, I want to tell you something. I had somebody ask me in person the other day. I was at a cigar place, and somebody recognized me and said, "I'm really enjoying your show, blah, 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 blah. You know how they are." Blah. And he said, "Why are you on every commercial on your show?" It's like you go from you talking live, and then there's a commercial of you, and then a live commercial of you, and then another commercial of you. Well, look, I've been thinking about this, and I don't mind telling y'all this because, I make a point to say, hey, I'll tell you behind the scenes stuff. I'm open, honest with you. Those commercials are the only way that I do get paid. It's a deal with WBT. So I can run those commercials for those products, and when you buy those products, it's, I get a commission out of it, or I guess is what you would call it. So there. That's why I'm called TJ the Realist, because I keep it real with you. But I will keep it real as well and say the things aren't just what you call flying off the shelves. But hey, I love it. I'm going to break big one of these days, y'all. I'm going to break it in big. I'm going to be, like you got breaking Brett Jensen. I'm going to be breakout TJ. And not that would need ointment this time. Last time they were calling me breakout TJs because I had a skin thing going on, but that's not what I mean on this one. All right, great news. William Kelly was arrested today. Who is William Kelly? He is best known for being the demon of the day on the TJ Ritchie show. We awarded him that the other day. He is that bearded, inbred looking guy that just yells and screams everything he says because he's one of those professional rioters, and just makes a living harassing people. He walks around hiding behind the fact that he's a combat veteran, like that just gives him the authority and the expertise to be able to say what's constitutional and what isn't constitutional. He runs around like a Marxist, but then tries to hide behind things that, I fight for the Constitution. He's just a piece of crap is what he is. He's a horrible, terrible person. Glad he was arrested for storming into that church. They arrested those two women as well that led that. The ones they were still chanting, hands up, don't shoot. Hello, what year is it? Hands up, don't shoot. That was the Black Lives Matter anthem about Michael Brown, saying that he said, hands up, don't shoot, and the cop shot him, which was a lie, proven to be a lie, and they're still saying it. Hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot. So they arrested the three of them and didn't arrest Don Limon, Dandy Don, because the judge, the magistrate, would not sign off on a warrant to charge him or arrest him. Turns out, let's see, where's that story? That the judge is married to somebody who works for the Attorney General of Minnesota, Keith X. His name's Keith Ellison, but he used to go by Keith X because he was working for Louis Farrakhan. So that's what kind of person he is in Minneapolis. So we can hope two things here. I hope that William Kelly goes to prison, he goes to penitentiary, and somebody shuts his mouth for him, shuts his inbred-looking mouth, and we can hope that Dandy Don gets at least a charge that he might have to spend a couple of years trying to beat. You know, that's the way they talk in the cool world. I caught a charge, and I beat that charge. That's what they say. How do I know that? Because I be hanging, you know. I be hanging with them. Actually, I watch a lot of crime TV, but still. I know. They'll say, I caught a case, I beat a case. So I hope Don Lemon catches a case that he has to beat. Man, I beat that case. Okay, so now you're caught up on that. However, we got to expose some lies coming out of that whole situation. Oh, yeah. That's what they do. They lie. And there's a group that has come up with a very good acronym for the liberal white women. And they don't like it at all, which is fantastic. All right, we'll get to all that coming up next. 1, 2, 3. 107.9 WBT, Charlotte's FM News Talk. I'm TJ Ritchie. This is the TJ Ritchie Show. I am your ever-loving leader, the leader of the conservative movement. Yes. You know how you know I'm the leader of the movement? As President Obama calls it, a movement. It's because I called for that William Kelly to be arrested. And guess what? He got arrested. Boom. That's right. All right. 704-570-1079 is the phone number. Call it, text it. Do what you do. Do what you do, man. Come on. Come on. Okay, got a little clip here from Sunny Hostin of The View, and it's not on from The View. She's talking to somebody else. I don't know, some kind of blah, blah, blah. And she's talking about voter ID and how racist requiring you to show an ID to prove that you are a legal voter is. And this is the same, you know, just nonsense that you always hear out of these Marxists. Listen.
Don't have cars, don't have driver's licenses. So it's sort of a vestige of...
She's saying a lot of black people don't have cars or licenses.
I think post-slavery laws where black people had to prove their right to vote. And oftentimes they couldn't vote because they couldn't pass some crazy test or they didn't have the appropriate ID. It also affects women that are married. Maybe your passport reflects something that's different on your birth certificate or on your driver's license. So really the bottom line is voter suppression. And I agree with him 100%. It's a brilliant notion that less voter ID laws allows more people to vote. And most democracies do it that way. We're the only ones that...
Yeah, that's the problem, dingbat. Because all the people who don't have voter IDs are not supposed to be voting. Hello? Hello? Get the squirrels out of your head, dingbat. That's the point, stupido. All these people are not supposed to be voting. So yes, if you require voter ID, then fewer people will vote. Are you crazy? What's the matter with you? You're crazy? Remember, class, the only reason Democrats are against voter ID is so they can cheat. Hello. Let's say there's a big raffle. Say they're raffling, doing a, what do you call it, a 50-50 raffle, and you're going to win $1 million if you get chosen. So a poor person buys the raffle ticket. And they go to collect the money. They're going to ask for ID, right? And then they say, okay, look, you show up to win your money. You don't have an ID. We'll hold the money. It's your money. You just won $1 million and it's not going anywhere. If you can go to the DMV and get a state issued ID, get your identification with the state seal on it, whatever. Doesn't even have to be one of those real IDs. Just what you would get from the state that proves who you are. And that person went to Sonny Hostin and said, what do you think I should do, Sonny? There's $1 million waiting on me over there, and I'm poor. I am so very poor. What should I do? You're an attorney. Tell me what I should do. You know what Sonny Hostin's going to say? Girl, you need to get to that DMV and get your ID. You better do that right now and go get that money. But I'm poor and I'm black. What am I going to do? How am I going to get that? Woe is me. Then Sonny Hostin's going to say, stop complaining, stop whining. You need that money. Go get that ID, girl. Am I right? Yes, of course I'm right. So Sonny Hostin is a big old fake, phony, crazy woman with squirrels in her head. She's fine, though. She's pretty. I always have to throw that out there. She is pretty. I bet she is a miserable hag to live with, though. All of those View women. They're just, if they are married, whoever they're living with is just like, oh, they're home. She's home. Hear the alarm chime when you open the door. Ding. Husband's like, damn. Fun's over. The battle axe is home. How was your day, honey? You ever seen that episode of King of Queens where Doug, the main character, and Arthur, the one that played Carrie's dad, that was her dad's character, every day when Carrie would get home from work, they would give her martinis because that was the only way she was nice, because she's such a mean nag. You know, that's what the husbands of these View ladies are doing. Every time they get home, it's like, what? You have martinis waiting for me. I sure do. Here you go. Here's your espresso martini because I love you. Here, have another. And they're like, you know what? It's the only way they can bear being around them is if they're drunk, I bet. Yep. And I can't believe that they can still say all these things about voter ID with a straight face. And more African American people are getting tired of these libs running around saying that black people don't know how to get an ID. They're like, what? But that is what Democrats have always done. They have always shown that they think black people are beneath them. You know, the mighty whitey Democrats and the Democrats of color as well have always acted like the black citizens are just so beneath them. They're so much smarter than the regular black voter. They're so much smarter. That's why they are always, that's this liberal white savior complex. And I don't like it when people just call it a white savior complex. It's a liberal white savior complex. Conservatives, normal white people don't act that way. But there she is, advocate for the downtrodden people of color, saying that they don't have the wherewithal to go down to the driver's license office and get an ID. It's so insulting. But that's what they do. It's the way they treat people. And we have a clip tonight of another person, a black guy, who used to work for Obama. He worked for Obama, and then he decided by doing that is how he learned that Democrats were out to do black people no good. So we'll hear from him in just a little bit. By the way, quickly, the acronym for liberal white women that's got them so upset. Let's see. It stands for, the letters are for affluent white female urban liberal. Acronym is AWFUL. AWFUL. She's an awful. Affluent white female urban liberal. Love that. I love it. But they don't have to be affluent, but you got to have that in there for the acronym to be insulting. Because I've seen such a bunch of idiot, poor, disgusting, trashy white women, liberals out there doing this crap. I don't like them. In case there's any gray area in what I'm saying, I don't like them. They're not good people. They're not good folk. Let's throw that out there. All right. So let me see. Where are we going next on this program? We're going to Chrissy Cuomo. That's where we're going. Little Chrissy Cuomo. This is going to be so fun. Don't miss it. It's coming up next. Charlotte's FM News Talk 107.9 WBT. It's the TJ Ritchie Show. We are the beautiful people. The beautiful people. That's what we are. 704-570-1079 is the phone number. Ooh, you call the green-eyed patriot. You call America's coolest conservative. You call the big old sweet chunk of white chocolate. I'm guessing that this text that we got in reference to the Democrats and the way they act and being uncivilized and all that. I think this is someone who has listened to or did listen to the Ace and TJ show for many years, or it's just a big coincidence. It reads, "Do you not have a white and trashy button to hit?" We used to play this funny song on the show, the beginnings of the Ace and TJ show. And it was a woman singing, "Because I'm white and trashy. That makes me white and trashy." I wish I did have that, because it would be so applicable to these Democrats of today. All right, let's get to this, because I have been waiting anxiously to be able to throw this at you. Now, the other night, I guess it would have been Tuesday night, since I got rudely taken off the radio last night for a basketball game. We played the clip of Scott Jennings on CNN telling that little boy, that little liberal boy, getting back at him because the little liberal boy said you can't say illegal aliens anymore. And then Scott Jennings was like, what you going to do about it? So then today I see, or maybe it was late yesterday, Chris Cuomo put out a video, and this is so Chris Cuomo. He thinks he is the toughest, hottest, bad that there is in the world. He's a goon. He's a goofball. He lifts weights. I don't know if he's running something or not. That's weight talk for steroids. And, I don't know what he's running, if he's running anything or has run anything. He knows what I'm talking about, though, if he's listening. Yeah, I speak your language. Chrissy. So this is what he said about Scott Jennings. Listen.
You see this clip of Scott Jennings saying, how are you going to enforce it? How are you going to enforce me not saying the word illegals anymore? How are you going to do that?
Say illegals anymore, because ICE is directly targeting legal citizens of this country. And how
are you going to enforce your edict on me, just out of curiosity?
Listen, I understand.
But just listen to his point about illegal.
What are you, bully now? What are you, a tough guy? Because you're talking to this kid who happens to be right, calling people illegals. They're called illegals.
Oh, listen to him trying to act like he's mobbed up, What are you, a tough guy? What are you, a bully? What are you a
legal aliens in the law. And you know what? A long time ago, Republicans and Democrats switched to undocumented.
No, they didn't.
Why? Because it seemed inhuman.
Lie.
That's why.
Lying.
They changed the vernacular, and you know it. But that's not the point. The point is, how are you going to do it? What are you going to do? Yeah. What are you? You're a tough guy now, huh?
Oh yeah, tough guy.
I thought you were supposed to be the simpering, but open to conversation Trump defender. Of course, I remember you when you said he was like the worst thing in the world. But everything's convenience these days, right? It's getting
forget
paid.
about it. Forget about it.
But be careful.
Yeah.
If you want to be a tough guy, there are plenty of tough guys out there. You want to see how somebody can make you stop saying illegal, and then what are you going to do? Sue? Tough guy. How are you going to enforce that?
What are you going to sue, tough guy? What are you going to sue, tough guy? Somebody needs to get this wannabe tough guy a thesaurus. He needs some new words.
Somebody beats your ass because you're being rude and disrespectful and causing division in this country that's causing distress and pain all over the streets and making people want to hurt one another. If you really want to be a part of that, as the expression goes, FAFO, don't be a tough guy.
Ooh,
Make tough points. But remember to be decent. You're not a tough guy, okay? You're a guy with slick to the side hair, a slick tongue, and everybody knows what you're doing. Don't be a tough guy. Not you.
All right. Tough guy. He used the adjective slick right there twice in a row. I mean, that's not the way professional speakers should do. If you want to make a point, just get your slicked hair to the side, your slick tongue. Okay. All right. Okay. We're scared, Godfather. Make him an offer. He can't refuse. Make this tough guy an offer. He can't refuse. What are you? A tough guy? You're not a tough guy. You're not. And he's sitting there making a comment about Scott Jennings' hair. And I swear, you go look up the video. Chris Cuomo looks like he combed his hair with a balloon. I mean, it's all, he just woke up. I mean, he's a disheveled mess. And he thinks that he is so hot and so tough. I've seen him with guests on this loser show that he does. I've seen him go off on guests, like get up in there. No, you're not going to say that. No, I'm not allowing that. Like he's gonna fight him right there on the set. He's the one that somebody's going to drop one day because he's pretending to be a tough guy. I don't know if y'all remember this or you knew it at the time. Some guy came up to him who didn't really know that he was insulting him. He just thought, hey, this guy's on TV. It's a famous guy. He said something about, he called him Fredo. Well, Fredo is what Rush Limbaugh called Chris Cuomo. It's a Godfather reference where Fredo was the son that was an underperformer and they didn't respect him or whatever, I think. And he goes nuts on this guy. He starts yelling and screaming at him. And, you call me that tough guy. He says the same thing, tough guy, trying to get up in that guy's face. And the guy was like, what is wrong with you? Calm down, freak. I thought that was your name. And he actually said the words, calling an Italian American Fredo is like calling a black person the N-word. He said that. And then at one point, the guy was like, all right, well, come on. He goes, oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? One punch, and then you're going to sue. You'd sue me, wouldn't you? Tough guy. He's a clown. Oh, man. Chrissy Cuomo. What are you? What are you, a tough guy? What are you, huh? Hey, sit down, have something to eat, huh? Probably be your last meal, tough guy. I knew your father. He would be ashamed of you. He'd be ashamed of you acting like this. Tough guy. Talking to that kid like that. You're not tough. You're not tough like Chrissy here. Chrissy's tough. Chrissy's tough, see? He makes videos for social media with his shirt off. He's probably close to 70. He's running around with his shirt off. He's got the muscles, got the big talk, got the hair. Hair looked like he just stuck his finger in a light socket. Looked like he'd been asleep in a beanbag chair. He's tough. You're not tough. Chrissy's tough. Yeah, hey, if I ever got a chance to be around you, Chris Cuomo, I wouldn't be scared to call you out for acting like a tough guy. I know a lot of country boys that would not be thinking twice. What you gonna do, Chris? Here I am. Here I am, the one that you love. Asking for Chris Cuomo. Oh, I think you're sweet, Chris. I think you're a sweet man. Ooh. You don't want none of this, Chrissy. You don't want none of this here. I'll give you that 2 peas and a biscuit. Pop, pop. And upside your head. Somebody needs to check him for back knee. You know, that's a symptom. All right. So much fun stuff left to come, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get on it next.
He's America's coolest conservative and the future king of talk radio. 107.9 FM WBT presents The TJ Ritchie Show.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes. I am black in the saddle tonight after missing last night because of was it a chess match or something that they put on instead of me last night? Lonnie Ray? Yeah, something like that. Woo. 704-570-1079 phone number. The text, driven by Liberty Buick GMC, sponsored by Liberty Buick GMC, enhanced by Liberty Buick GMC. I'm trying to think of all the other words that people use in broadcasting instead of sponsor. Built by, that's another one. Okay. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm tired of hearing about the ice storm, all that. You know, if you're a person such as I, and my job is to monitor the news all day, then you would be sick of hearing about the ice storm too. I don't like it. I don't like snow. Even if it's just snow, I don't like it. I don't even like the song from the early 90s, Informer, because the singer's name was Snow. I don't know how many people got that reference, but if you did, you're probably laughing. A licky boom boom down. But I have been having a little bit of fun with it because my wife is all about it. And she loves that Brad Panovich from NBC. Just loves him. He could say it's going to literally be raining ball bearings at 2:00. And she would be out there going, you better get your truck in. It's going to get beat up. It's going to be raining ball bearings. Brad Panovich says it's going to be raining ball bearings. Like, okay. So the fun I've been having with her is every time she says something that Brad said, I'll go, it's not going to snow. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't know when it was that he really caught her eye. It was from social media. He was doing a lot of stuff on social media. Maybe it was during the COVID or something. I don't know. But, I mean, he could come on and say, all right, ladies, I think today is the perfect day, according to the weather, that you need to get your hair cut. She'd be trying to get in. She'd be like, Vicky, can you get me in for a cut today? Brad Panovich said I need to get my hair cut today. It's crazy. Crazy. But anyway, I'll say, he doesn't know jack squat about what he's saying. It is not going to snow. It's not going to, it's not even going to be cold. I said, it's probably, Saturday's weather's probably going to be sunny and 60. Meanwhile, I'm at the store buying stuff for soup and things. But I'm going to say this. I am worried, not about the conditions of, driving and all that. I'm not going to be driving if it's bad. No matter how much I want to disavow what that liberal governor says. Because I do have sense. I just hate that he said it. Don't be out on the roads and all that. Because act like he knows something that I don't know. And I don't like that. I don't like any liberal pretending like they know something that I don't know. But that's my issue. But what I'm worried about is if we lose electricity. Because if I can't watch TV or go on the internet, then my home becomes inhabitable for me. And I don't mean to sound dramatic, but inhabitable. That means I can't stay here. It's not worth living in. It's not safe to be living in if I can't have, mainly the TV. But the TV now, this is how they get you. The TV is run by the internets. And if just the internets goes out, I don't have a TV. And I know you got hotspot. You can watch it on your whatever. I don't fool with hotspots. Because doesn't that cost a fortune? I don't know. This is how much I know about it. The first time I ever used a hotspot on my phone was when they first came out with hotspots, and the phone bill came in, and I got charged out the wazoo for it. And ever since then, I haven't used it. So I'm scared it's going to charge me like that again. Does it cost a lot of money to use a hotspot, Lonnie Ray? You know about this stuff.
It depends. I pay about $80 a month, but my hotspot is, unlimited. So.
Okay, and is that part of your whole overall bill, or you just pay $80 a month just to have a hotspot?
No, that's my overall bill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's not bad. So I guess I could do that. But, you know, when the ice gets on the power lines and stuff, I used to live when I was doing well. I lived in a neighborhood where all the power lines were in the ground. So we didn't have to worry about the electricity going out for ice. But I think I got to worry about it now where I'm living. So I'm going to go ahead and say it, and you can put me on record. I, TJ Ritchie, Mr. Conservative, America's coolest conservative, green-eyed patriot, I am on record as saying, I am protesting ICE. I don't want ICE in my town. ICE needs to stay away from here. ICE is only making things worse if it comes into my town. ICE is making things more dangerous. I protest ICE. I said it. January 22nd, the year 2026 of our Lord. I hate ICE. So I'm protesting it. I'm an ICE protester. But you got it. Hey, guess what? We're going to award the Demon of the Day coming up next. And you don't want to miss that. So hang on. Oh, yeah, baby. Getting nasty with it. Charlotte's FM News Talk. 107.9 WBT. Oh, yeah. I want to talk to you, baby. You call the Green-Eyed Patriot. The moon is high, and so am I. 704-570-1079. Talk to me, baby. Feel the funk. Okay. I would love for you to meet an angel named Lexi Lawler. Lexi Lawler. She's about to be famous. She is a labor and delivery nurse at Baptist Health Boca Raton Regional Hospital. Now, our fantastic young press secretary for the President of these United States of America is with child. So, this Lexi Lawler, a labor and delivery nurse at Baptist Health Boca Raton Regional Hospital, is offering some words because it's her area of expertise, obviously. Now, Lexi Lawler is not anyone extraordinary or anybody that you would have known. She just does her thing as a healer. Like I said, an angel to these women who are going through these scary yet joyful times of bringing a new life into the world. So this is what she has to say about Caroline Leavitt, our brilliant young press secretary, Ms. Lawler. Wait, hold on. Oh, that'd have been so cool if it would have fired right. Ms. Lawler.
As a labor and delivery nurse, it gives me great joy to wish Caroline Leavitt a 4th degree tear. I hope that you rip from bow to stern and never normally again, you.
Doesn't sound like a healer to me. Sounds like a raving, lunatic, liberal woman with squirrels in her head and hate in her heart. It saddens me. Because usually women on the left are always preaching unity and the sisterhood and supporting each other. If your fellow queen's crown gets crooked, you straighten it for her. It doesn't sound like Lexi Lawler remembers that from her feminist learnings, does it? I hope you get a 4th degree tear. Now, I'm going to play this again, and you tell me this is not the voice of a demonic person. Listen.
As a labor and delivery nurse, it gives me great joy to wish Caroline Levitt a 4th degree tear. I hope that you rip from bow to stern and never normally again, you.
Oh. I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but if my wife were having a baby and we go into labor and delivery when she's in labor and it's time to deliver, and I see Lexi Lawler coming into the room, I am demanding someone else be in there. Because there is no telling what a woman who thinks and speaks like this would do to a patient if she found out the patient were conservative, like my wife is. How in the world can someone who puts themselves out on social media in this climate, how can she expect that people are just going to say, that's her personal business. She didn't do that on hospital time. That's her business. No. I hope you blanking rip from bow to stern and never bowel movement normally again, you nastiest word you can call a woman. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? What a darling angel. What an absolute gem she is. I'm sure that she is a very happy, well-adjusted person. Yikes. But she has the dubious honor tonight of being the TJ Ritchie Show's Demon of the Day. So I want to know what you think about that. Hearing this woman, this wicked, demonic witch, say those things about a young mother and mother-to-be because she disagrees with her politically. I want to know what you think. When you hear the rantings of this lunatic, this starved for attention, loser, miserable, ugly wench. You know I want to say so much more, but I'm on the radio and I can't. This vile, festering, disgusting, open sore of a person. Now, I don't mean to sway you one way or the other, but I do. I want to know what you think about her. So if you could send a quick text or, that'd be the quickest way to do it. Just quickly, what do you think of her? What do you think of this gem, this lovely darling, this precious soul? One more time, so you can make an unbiased opinion. Listen.
As a labor and delivery nurse, it gives me great joy to wish Caroline Levitt a 4th degree tear. I hope that you rip from bow to stern and never normally again, you.
Now, she may be a lesbian, so she may not ever know what really labor and delivery is about. One of the pictures from her social media is her in a rainbow shirt that says Trump sucks. So I don't know if that's a rainbow of the lesbian community or not. But yeah, she's got crazy eyes too. If I saw that woman in a grocery store, I saw her at the Harris Teeter and just looked in her eyes, I would know this is a crazy woman. All right. So 704-570-1079. What do you think of this woman? We'll find out coming up next. .9 WBT, Charlotte's FM News Talk, the TJ Ritchie Show. I am the Green-Eyed Patriot, America's coolest conservative, TJ Ritchie. Okay, so just played the voice of our Demon of the Day, received our Demon of the Day award. And look, I'm just the messenger. One of the texts that we got, because I said, what do you think of this woman? One of the texts says, why would you give this crap of a person 1/10 of a second? I cut the sound off when you played that after the first time. Okay, well, a lot of people say that kind of stuff. Well, you're playing into their hands. You're giving them publicity and all that. No, I'm using her to illustrate just how demonic and evil most of these lunatic leftists are. So I'm going to play it again just because I got to reset the segment. I got to reset the bit, as we call it in radio, in case people just turned it on during the commercials. They need to know. So here it is. She's a labor and delivery nurse in Boca Raton, talking about Caroline Levitt, who is pregnant.
As a labor and delivery nurse, it gives me great joy to wish Caroline Levitt a 4th degree tear. I hope that you rip from bow to stern and never normally again, you.
Okay. Now, she's doing this because she's starved for attention, and she does not, looks like all these leftists, she does not have control of her emotions. She doesn't. And she thinks this makes her sound tough. It makes it sound like, oh, you go, girl. You told her. That was funny. That was funny. And, she's a sad, pathetic wretch is what she is. All right? But that doesn't mean that she's not evil just because she's sad and pathetic. I'm just trying to get on these here. All right. So wait, they're coming in so fast. It's scrolling down the page. I think you gave us just as good a description of depravity toward her that she gave. I think for the grace of God that I never get pushed so far to make a point or make a profit. Thanks, Dean. Okay, Dean. Go to hell. I think that was an insult to me, so that's why I say go to hell. the professional hosts don't do that, do they? This is an excellent example of a very sad, self-centered person who probably has no friends and harbors bitterness that is beyond proportion. I feel very sorry for her in her current sad existence. And then says, Nurse Lacey should be careful what she wishes on others. Sometimes those curses boomerang around and hit the wisher squarely in their fat A. Hate for Nurse Lacey to miss a good, bowel movement because she sounds like she could use one. Cheers. Okay. I like that. I like it. Demon of the day, perfect. Yeah, so she's not there's a pretty good consensus there that she's not good, not a good person. So, yeah, I guess not some people, the one guy thought my criticism of her was just as bad as what she said and all that. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Moral authority seeker. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. You're so much better than everybody else. Dean. Thank you, Dean. You got me. Ooh. You made me embarrassed and ashamed. Lighten up. Lighten up and tighten up. That's what I say. Now, we had a runner-up for Demon of the Day, but I have a feeling that it's no big deal because this one will be Demon of the Day many times over. And, of course, I'm speaking about Jazzy Crotchitch. Representative Jazzy Crotchitch, which is her new name on the show. And this was from a couple of days ago, but remember I was rudely interrupted for basketball last night, so I didn't get to play it. So here it is in case you missed it.
They not even going, honestly, they're about to outlaw the idea of white supremacy and white hate. Like they are about to be like, oh, that's not a thing. Forget the fact that you're talking about getting rid of like the classification for nooses in a time in which we have seen these random black bodies be strung up down south. Also, seemingly at a time in which you're back in office, because what you do is you embolden the hate. You embolden everybody to take off their hoods. That is what he has done. He is the one that is producing this violence.
She's talking about our president. All right. Well, here's the thing. Don't fall into the trap of thinking that Jazzy Crotchitch is just stupid. She's saying all this stuff because she's stupid. That's not the case. She knows what she's saying is a bunch of damn lies. She knows that. And you hear how she stutters and stammers because she's trying to keep up with what she's going to say because she knows she's not telling the truth. And guess what else she's doing in this video? Gesturing with her fingernails. And you know, I'm the one that says, if you're a guy, you're looking to date somebody and you run across a woman who gestures and uses her fingernails to emphasize what she's saying, especially if she puts her fingernails together in a bunch and gestures that way while she's talking and kind of uses her hand as a puppet, run. Get away. You don't want to waste another minute in her presence because she's crazy as hell. Now, one thing she said in there too was, hold on, let's see. It's in the beginning, how she put it.
They not even going, honestly, they're about to outlaw the idea of white supremacy and white hate. Like they are about.
All right. So here's the thing. And this is going to sound crazy, but it is not against the law for white people to hate something or somebody. So it's not something that that you can change in the law because it's not against the law. I'm a white man, and I can say I hate raw onions. That's white hate, and it's not against the law. I could even say I hate all people with blonde hair. I don't care what they're like. If I see somebody and they got blonde hair, I hate them. That's not against the law. Now, what she's doing here is so diabolical because she's throwing out these things. And again, she's trying to manipulate black people into thinking, she's trying to scare them into thinking that because ICE, Border Patrol, and the president are getting people who are in the country illegally out of the country because they're doing that. They're upholding the law. She's trying to scare black people into thinking that they're coming after them next because they're black. And they're going to bring back slavery. They're going to bring back lynching. All these bodies hanging from trees in the South. I assume she's talking about there were a few cases of people who were found hanged. But they were all deemed to be suicides. So not lynchings, suicides. But that doesn't matter to Jazzy Crotchich. She's got to get that message out there. She's got to lie to the people she claims to champion. And why? Because she wants them in the fight. She wants black people in the fight against Donald Trump, against law and order. And she wants some of them to actually get hurt or killed. And then it will only strengthen the tactics of the demonic democrats to fight and fight and fight so they don't have to uphold the law. It gives them more power. I mean, that is just rotten. I know we laugh at Congresswoman Crotchich a lot because she's a clown. She's a sideshow. But this is really awful. It shows that she has no scruples, no morals, no conscience. She fits in perfectly as a professional Democrat because she's a narcissist, bordering along the lines of being a psychopath. And that's the truth. Remember, if it's my opinion, it's the truth. To most people. Okay. We've got more coming up, so hang on. Charlotte's FM News Talk 107.9 WBT. It's the TJ Ritchie Show. I am TJ Ritchie. The TJ, the realest Ritchie. That's what I am. 704-570-1079. That's the phone number. That's the phone number up in here. Okay, so I talked about this at the top of the show, and I have to do it because it's important. One of the most popular children's performers now, performing for preschool children, is a woman named Ms. Rachel. And we've talked about her before, Ms. Rachel. And I think she's creepy. I'm going to be honest with you. I think Ms. Rachel is creepy, and this is before I even knew about her political leanings and whatever. these children's performers, they don't act like adults. They act like the little children themselves. And if you've ever had kids, you're not supposed to treat the kids like you're one of them. I never had a teacher that acted that way, but she does. Now, she reposted something that was anti-Semitic on her X social media or whatever, and people were coming down on her for that. And this is her explaining what happened and that she didn't do it on purpose and so forth and so on. So a teary Ms. Rachel, listen.
So I thought I deleted a comment and I accidentally hit like and hide. I don't know how or why. I've accidentally liked comments before. It happens. Like, I'm a human who makes mistakes. I would never agree with an anti-Semitic thing like the comment.
Okay, the comment read, "Free America from the Jews," is exactly what it said.
We have Jewish family. A lot of my friends are Jewish. I delete anti-Semitic comments. I have proof because yesterday somebody messaged me. There was a comment that said that. So I said, yes, I saw that and I deleted it because that's what I thought happened. And then I said, I hate anti-Semitism. And so the internet, I guess, has picked it up, believing that that's what happened. I feel like we can't be human anymore online.
Oh, like, bless your heart. You're such a victim. You can't be human anymore. Hey, you know what? None of this matters. You want me to tell you why? So what if it was an accident? So what if you meant to delete it? That's tough luck, right? Sorry about that. You made a mistake. It got out there. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter. You could have put that out there and said, hey, I full-throated stand by this and we'll shout it from the mountaintop. Free America from the Jews. You might as well. Because you, Ms. Rachel, have buddied up with Rohan Mamdani in New York. You've been appearances with him. You've done your little show with him, and you just act like he's the king of the world. And guess what? He is anti-Semitic. He hates the Jews. He hates the Christians. He is a terrible racist person. And you have already let it be known that you're a big fan of his. So what does it matter at this point if you reposted something that said free America from the Jews? You've already said it by being buddies with Mamdani. Hello. Now, is this going to affect her? Is she going to get canceled? I doubt it, because she is part of the protected class. She's one of the protected liberals. Because what does she do? She does one of the most important jobs to the communist movement. And what is that? She infiltrates the minds of children, little children, with her liberal tripe. So they will do anything they can do to protect her, to keep her popular, to keep her doing what she does. Now, if she taught little children the right way of life, the good way, the honest way of life, like a conservative children's teacher, and she made any type of mistake like this, I mean, the media would come after her so hard till she would want, and actually might even, move out of the country. But nothing's going to happen with Ms. Rachel. I mean, she wears little overalls like Dora the Explorer does, and a headband, and she talks to the children like, oh, yeah, like I'm one of you. It's creepy. Now, I would not let my children she wasn't a thing when my kids were little, but if she would have been, I would not have allowed them to watch Miss Rachel. You go, oh, yeah, right. You would have. No, but I wouldn't. You know why? Because my kids, one is 25, the other's 22. They'll tell you to this day that they were not allowed to watch most things that were on PBS. Didn't allow it. I monitored all of that stuff. And by the time they were 5, they could tell you the difference in somebody who had a liberal message and somebody who had a good message. And I know any liberals that may have just accidentally landed on the station because they still think it's music. Or like, oh, who is that evil person? What a horrible father. Yeah, Miss Rachel, relax. Just relax. You're fine. You don't need to apologize because you've already made your anti-Semitic bed. You've already made your anti-Christian bed. You've already made your anti-American bed by buddying up with Mom Donnie. You see, that's the damage that has already been done, and you're not canceled yet, are you? So you're going to be okay. Put on some adult clothes. Have a drink. And relax. Everything's going to be okay for you. Okay. I hope I made her feel better. Put her mind at ease a little bit. So if you got kids and grandkids that are preschool, don't let them watch this mess. Or I would. I'm going to tell you what to do, but I wouldn't. All right. So God loves you and ain't nothing you can do about it. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Nick Craig is up next. Bye.